Danfo offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Isheshi traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, with Danfo, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danfo, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danfo, Africa.
Peace, family. We are live again. Dynasty Samir Search for Huru. I apologize about my absence. It's been over a month, at least over a month since the last time we've actually went live. Guys, do me a favor. Press 1 in the chat if you can hear me loud and clearly. Let me know if the stream is copacetic. Again, let me know if the stream is copacetic. But again, I want to apologize, guys. We are going to be consistent moving forward, streaming. I wish I had an excuse for you guys why I haven't been live in so long, but I really don't. So I'm not gonna make up one. But guys, make sure you hit that like. Make sure you hit that like button. Also, make sure you share and make sure you subscribe. We just got back from Namibia in South Africa. We had a great time, and I want to start off before I get into my announcements. I have been critical on South Africa. You guys know I've been critical, but I had a great time in Cape Town. I love Cape Town. Cape Town is a great city, and it's such a great city, Cape Town is, that going back in March, I'm bringing a group again in March 25th through April 2nd for the Jazz Festival. Again, March 25th through April 2nd for the Cape Town International Jazz Festival. And also, too, while I was in Cape Town, there are a lot of great hiking trails in Cape Town as well. So wanna go do some hiking as well while we're there. So visit Donfo.Africa. Like, it's been so long, I gotta figure out refigure out the darn controls. There we go. Visit Donfo.Africa to learn more. But yeah, we're going back to we're gonna go back to Cape Town for the Jazz Festival. Like I said, had a great time. My apologies to South Africa, and but yeah, I enjoyed Cape Town. I really did. I really enjoyed Cape Town. So and when I was having this conversation with somebody last week, I don't understand why. So you deal with a city like Cape Town, beautiful views, beautiful beaches, infrastructure, infrastructure, infrastructure. But the properties there are less expensive than, say, Freetown, Sierra Leone, where the infrastructure isn't really there. Don't have 24-hour electricity. You really don't have the public services like trash pickup. And don't get me wrong, Cape Town has its issues. Cape Town is not perfect. It's not. But again, it's interesting how you get all the infrastructure in like countries like Namibia, which is another beautiful country. You get all the perks of the West, but the property there is less expensive than it is in, say, just in West Africa in general. Very interesting topic, very interesting conversation that we could probably have later. But yeah, so visit donfo.africa. I don't know what's going on with the site. For some reason, when I live stream and I have the site on the screen share, the videos. Okay, here we go. The videos will start playing. Yeah, the videos will start playing soon. Yeah, there we go. Videos playing. There we go. Bam. There we go. The videos playing now. So yeah, so we're gonna have a great time in Cape Town for the Jazz Festival. If you're interested, please visit Africa. Shout out to Darius. Darius, this was Darius' second trip with me into Africa. So he came to Cape Town with me. So shout out to Darius. So visit Africa again. Please visit Donfo. That's DANFO .Africa to learn more. With that being said, everyone, let's jump into today's topic. Again, Cape Town, beautiful city. Love Cape Town. But still, when it comes to the culture and the food, West Africa by far. When it comes to the culture and the food, West Africa by far, not even close. West Africa, completely different vibe. You can't fade West Africa when it comes to that. But if you just want to have a good time and you want Western infrastructure, the stuff I hear people complaining about that they can't get in West Africa, then yeah, you'll love Cape Town. It's a beautiful city. I mean, just the views, I don't know the term is, the city line. I don't know what the term would be. It's just Cape Town's a beautiful city. To the point, don't tell anybody. Again, do not tell anybody. It does not leave this chat. You know, I used to brag about the views of Lester's Peak in Freetown. But the views you get when you go to Signal Hill, when you're on top of Lines Mountain, and you know, I've been up Skyline. Thank you, Bush Meat Bill. Skyline. Thank you. I was looking for the term. Yeah, it's a beautiful it's just a beautiful vibe, man. Yeah, you got the water, the beaches. Now I would say this: the water's kind of cold. All right, the water is kind of cold, and from what I was told, the reason why the water is cold is because, I guess the polar caps are melting or something. I was told something why the water's cold, but it's still a beautiful beach, man. And just look at the Lion's Head Mountain in the background. I think that's Lion's Head Mountain. Oh man, it's a beautiful beach. Lion Mountain views. Oh man, it's just a beautiful, beautiful city. But what's interesting about Cape Town, so that mountain in the background, I've been in Namibia. We went to Namibia, so I've been in Namibia. Just you got to be careful. I mean, you know, in Cape Town, you know, just any city, you got to be careful. It's still a beautiful city. I mean, just again, there's certain parts where you got to be careful. I mean, you got to be vigilant in every major city, especially when you go out at nighttime. You know, if you're a nightlife person, I mean, that's any place. depending on where you're going, what you're trying to do. But yeah, but the skyline is beautiful. Hiking was beautiful. But when it comes to culture and when it comes to food, West Africa by far. But you're not gonna get this what you see. I don't know anywhere you'll get that in West Africa. Off the top of my head, I don't know. Uh, Now this beach, which is Clifton Beach, where we're at. All right, so this beach where we're at, which is Clifton Beach, it's a beautiful beach. But like I said, the water's cold. But the vibe is good because, like, so say when you leave the beach and you go up to the main street, you have whatchamacallit, you have like it's like a strip of just shopping and restaurants. So there's more to do. But still, my favorite beach is still River Number 2 in Freetown. River Number 2 in Freetown is still my favorite beach, but Clifton Beach, it just has a more of a better aesthetic. And then also too about Clifton Beach, there were some beautiful women out there. There were some beautiful women at this beach, and we went like on a Tuesday or a Monday. They all bikinied up, you know, and that's the difference between this beach and then I'll say like a River Number 2, because like at River Number 2 in Sierra Leone, and a lot of these beaches in West Africa, the women really don't they be wearing like regular clothes. They don't be in their bikinis and in their two pieces. But in South Africa at Clifton Beach, they were, they came in beach wear. And the women look good. All types, whatever you into. Whatever type of woman, it was definitely a rainbow. All flavors. Whatever woman you're into, whatever color you want, race, ethnicity, they was on that beach. You got a variety. Diverse. It was very diverse. Yeah, even though I'm not a fan of Cape Town's culture demographic, it's the most beautiful city in the world. Yeah, well, and like I was so with Cape Town, there are a lot of Europeans there. But this is the thing about beaches in Nigeria. Like it's not really a beach culture. And when I mean beach culture, like they don't be out there in their bikinis. They be wearing like regular clothes. Like you be seeing, like you be at the beach in West Africa and folks they wearing Jordans and jeans and shit at the beach. Like how you gonna get in the water? Like you come to the beach during the day in Jordans and jeans. That's the only thing about like the beaches somewhere in West Africa. Like people becoming fitted to the beach like they going to the club. Meanwhile, in Cape Town, folks was dressed for the beach. Well, you mentioned Tanzania, but see the thing is it's not so in Tanzania, even with the beaches in Tanzania, like in Zanzibar, it's predominantly white people who come to the beach dressed beach ready. Like the black people at the locals, they be dressed like they going to the club, or they're just there strictly to sell or be vendors. But in Cape Town, everybody was dressed for the beach. Like get your ass in the water, or at least be dressed as if you might get in the water, even if you don't. In we had a great time in Namibia as well. Yeah, beach. You know, it's a great Kevin. That's a great point. Beach culture is definitely a Western thing. Because wherever I go, whenever I go to beaches in Africa, like folks really don't get in the water like that. The women really don't be dressed to get into the water. Like I said, they come dressed like they going to the club. But beach culture is definitely a Western thing. But guys, hit the like button again, please. Hit the like button. Let's move forward. But again, we're going back March 25th to April 2nd. Cape Verde has a strong beach culture. Okay, I gotta check it out. In fact, you know, I might check out Cape Verde in May when we go to Senegal for the jazz festival in Senegal. So yeah, I'll check it out. I'll check it out then. Nigeria, what's going on in Nigeria? I was just in Nigeria last week. Guys, I love Nigeria. Don't get me wrong, Nigeria has its issues, and it's having its issues up north. But I absolutely love Nigeria. Nigeria has my heart. Like I said, Nigeria has my heart. Nigeria has its issues, has its problems. Nigeria is not perfect. I know it's not. You see what's going on in the north with the bandits who you can't have a functioning sovereign country where people at any moment can just kidnap people. Not just one person, not just two. I'm talking about a clip of 20, 30 people at a time getting kidnapped. You can't, I don't know. I don't know how you're a sovereign country like that. Like what needs to happen, there needs to just be a wall needs to be built. Anything north of Abuja, you get a wall. And it just needs to let that part separate. Because it just seems like Nigeria the government does not have the answers for the problems in the north. It seems like they just don't have the answers for it. Man, it's affecting everybody, and you should be able to live peacefully and freely without worrying about bandits invading your space, shooting at you, or kidnapping you and holding you for ransom. But I was just in Nigeria. Love it. Miss it already. Can't wait to get back. Can't wait to go back to Nigeria. But you do have a lot going on. And then, of course, Trump said that, it's just not Christians who are getting killed. Muslims are getting killed. In fact, I would say more Muslims are getting killed than Christians. Shout out to AJ Niger in the chat room, y'all. Shout out to AJ Niger in the chat room. AJ was with us in Namibia and in South Africa. Shout out to AJ. AJ's been a huge supporter. His taste in music sucks, but he has been a huge supporter. He refuses to realize the greatness of E40, who was the greatest rapper of all time. Again, E40, who was the greatest rapper of all time. Again, let me repeat it again, because like Umar Johnson said, I need to repeat it 3 times for people to understand. E40 is the greatest rapper of all time. He hates on E40, but that's okay. We still love our brother AJ. I had a great time in Nigeria. And what I'm gonna start doing more often is ending my trips in Nigeria. Like after a tour, go to Nigeria, except for when I'm in Senegal. I like to spend extra time in Senegal. But wherever I'm at, go and do about 3-4 days in Nigeria just to wind down. I love Nigeria. Nigeria is a great place. Lagos is a great city. I will say this: Lagos is my favorite city in Africa. Now the beach, I don't really like need the beach like that, if that makes sense. Like I like beach culture. Lagos doesn't really have the beach culture, especially ever since what happened to Landmark. If you guys don't know, they're building that coastal highway, and whenever I'm in Nigeria, I'll run that coastal highway. Not the whole length, but as much as I can, as far as with the what's being completed. I'll run it, and it's coming along quite nicely, but it affected a lot of the businesses. That is compared to tap water in Nigeria versus South Africa to the chat. I drunk some of the tap water. I've drunk the tap water in both. I think in restaurants, so I guess would be considered filtered, But I had the tap water in South Africa. I was fine. No stomach issues after drinking the tap water no stomach issues after drinking the tap water in South Africa. But I had the tap water in South Africa. It's cool. The best tap water in Africa that I've ever had, though, has to be Kenya, hands down. No load shedding. They stopped the load shedding 2 years ago because we asked about it. The best tap water I've ever had in the world was in Kenya. That water was so delicious. The tap water in Kenya was so good. That's the best tap water I've ever had in Kenya, y'all. In Kenya. But no load shedding. But guys, go visit Nigeria. We're oh, hold on. You know what? I need to disconnect that. Ooh. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Somebody said gotta visit Ethiopia. Hey, AJ, would you ever go back to Ethiopia? So we flew. The trip originally for Namibia and South Africa. The trip originally for Namibia and South Africa, we were supposed to arrive. So the dates originally were November. Oh man, was it 7th to the 18th? Yeah, November 7th to the 18th. But originally, we were supposed to arrive to Windhoek on the 8th. But they canceled our flight, Ethiopian Airlines. So we ended up arriving to Namibia on the 9th. So we had to spend the night in Ethiopia. So we had a little situation. Yeah, AJ says, hell no, he ain't going back to Ethiopia. So it was my idea. So whenever I go to like a new African country, if they're going to allow us to leave the airport. So since we were spending the night in Ethiopia, and because of our flight was because we had an extended layover, Ethiopia Airlines, they'll give you a hotel. So it's similar to like Morocco, Royal Air Morocco, where if you have a layover for more than 6 hours, they'll give you a hotel. So so what happened, you get to the airport, you arrive, and you go through like kind of like their passport control in order to get a shuttle to go to the hotel. So I was under the impression that they'll stamp your passport. Oh, that's a flag. I was under the impression that so I got the Tennessee and Vanderbilt game going on too. So I was under the impression that they'll stamp your passport. So I wanted them to stamp my Nigerian passport. So I used my Nigerian passport. So then I suggested to AJ, I said, AJ, use your Nigerian passport. So I went through no problem with my Nigerian passport. But they held AJ up and gave him a hard time over his Nigerian passport. But while they were giving him a hard time, we were like, listen, how about just let him use his U.S. passport? So they were like, no, we got to do our investigation. So they held us up for like 45 minutes over this passport situation. Just to say at the end, okay, where's your U.S. passport? It was just, dude was just on some ego stuff. Well, I was able to use my Nigerian passport, no problem. And I even said that. I was like, how can I use my Nigerian passport with AJ is a problem? So anyway, so AJ said he's never going back to Ethiopia. And me personally, I would love to go to Ethiopia and visit some of the historical sites, but I'm not in a rush to put it like that. Yeah, I'm not pressed to. I'm not in a rush to go to back to Ethiopia. I'm more of a West Africa guy, like I tell everybody. But I like Cape Town. I really do. I really like Cape Town. Also, if you guys don't know, what was that? Also, if you guys don't know, there's a coup in Guinea Bissau. If you guys don't know, I'm also part Balanta of Guinea Bissau. And there was a coup. Let me play this clip. Let me play this clip real quick. As the army has seized power. And they have I guess a military. I guess they have a junta now, if that's the correct term. Hold on one second. Here we go.
Brian, international leader in molecular medicine and nitric oxide biochemistry, the greatest pre-workout in the world.
Surrounded by the country's top brass, General Orta Enta, adjusting to his new role. He's the new strongman following a coup. The military seized power just as election results were about to be announced. The man named the new president of transition says the army stepped in to stop outside forces from destabilizing the country.
The intense activity was carried out by well-known drug traffickers who, taking advantage of the electoral process, sought by all means to infiltrate, manipulate, and ultimately capture Guinea-Bissau's own democracy.
According to drug enforcement agencies, Guinea-Bissau sits on a major cocaine route. The Sinaloa cartel in Latin America and the powerful Balkan drug gangs use Bissau as a transit hub to move cocaine into Europe's booming market. They do so with the cooperation from officers and politicians inside the country.
In this fight against corruption, and in particular against drug trafficking, the High Military Command for the Restoration of National Security and Public Order calls for the cooperation of all Guineans.
Trained in Russia, the former army chief of staff has deposed his longtime ally and friend, President Umaro Embalo, just as exit polls suggested he may have lost the presidential election. Since then, several opposition figures have been arrested. The main contender, Fernando Dias, is now on the run in hiding. He calls the coup a sham.
I simply want to inform you that once again, we are the target of a fabricated coup attempt. I am the winner of the elections. I have polling station reports confirming my victory. I won the elections, so how could I possibly orchestrate a coup? After all, who is behind this?
Air, sea, and land borders are shut. Social media is restricted.
Oh, wow.
Despite condemnation from the UN and the regional body ECOWAS, Horta Enta says he will stay in power for 1 year.
Oh,
Another
wow.
coup in a region plagued by coups where democracy is held hostage by men in uniform in a country caught in the booming global drug trade. Nicholas Hawk, Al Jazeera.
Don't miss out. Get
Wow. He's going to stay in power for a year. Fair use. Fair use, by the way. Fair use. Oh, okay. So the Guinea-Bissau president has been exiled to Senegal. Yeah, so I guess allegedly they're slanging dope.
Senegal's foreign affairs
Allegedly.
ministry says Embalo landed in the country safe and sound on a chartered military flight late on Thursday, following his release by military forces. This was after General Intar took the oath of office in a ceremony at military headquarters earlier that day and declared the military had taken full control of state power.
I have just been sworn in as President of the High Military Command for the Restoration of National Security and Public Order, generated by events of November 26th. This new military entity immediately assumed itself as the highest authority of the state power in Guinea Bissau. Its mandate will last only for 1 year.
The military suspended the country's electoral process a day before results from Sunday's presidential poll were due to be announced. General Intaa defended the coup, claiming that a plan to destabilize the country involving drug lords had been uncovered.
Our action became a clear response to a growing threat that could have endangered democracy and the political stability of the Guinean state, the threat that needed to be stopped. This grave threat was revealed through the state intelligence, documented coup process widely published by our media. It was an intense activity carried out by known drug traffickers who, taking advantage of the electoral process, sought by all means to infiltrate, manipulate, and ultimately capture Guinean democracy.
In the televised address, Intaa called on citizens to protect public order and national unity and urged political parties and civil society to cooperate with the military government.
In this fight against corruption and mainly against drug trafficking, the High Military Command for the Restoration of National Security and Public Order calls for the collaboration of all Guineans and appeals for the cooperation of political parties and all civil society. We call on everyone, the youth, to contribute to safeguarding the political stability of the state, civil peace, public order, and national unity.
Guinea-Bissau has faced destabilization for decades and has seen several coups since its independence from Portugal in 1974. Caroline B., CGTN.
Well, the coup in Guinea-Bissau continues to spark regional outrage. Senegalese.
Wilfred, what's going on, man?
Am I live?
Yeah, you're live.
Oh, hi. I'm fine. And you?
I'm doing good. So, Wilfred, did you expect this coup in Guinea-Bissau?
Actually, not. Wait a minute. I hear myself twice. Is it normal?
It's echo pop because you have the actual stream playing too.
Oh shit!
All right, but Wilford, come back because it needs your expertise. Because Wilford's been right about coups. He's been predicting coups. Yeah, Wilford, call back in because I also got it. There we go. Wilford.
Hi, can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear.
Oh, no, it's okay. I'm on my phone and I had to go back to YouTube and to shut it off. Okay.
Okay.
So the question was whether I expected this coup, and the answer is no.
Okay.
But anyway, it's not really a coup because actually what's going on in Guinea-Bissau is exactly what went on in Gabon. To sum up, there was an election. The Western candidate was about to get severely beaten. His name was Embalo Sissoko. He was the president. And well, the Western-backed forces just organized the coup in order to prevent the other side, even though I don't know them very much. I know that's the party, the political party that was founded by the legendary Amilcar Cabral, who fought to liberate his country but was assassinated before it could happen, and then sunk into corruption and so on. Still, it was a better option than Embalo. And given that the other guy was about to win, so now the Western-backed basically military was put in power in order to prevent it from happening. So don't expect anything positive from this guy. You have another Oligui Nguema like in Gabon or Mamadi Doumbouya in Guinea-Conakry. That's what happened.
Now, Wilford, let me kind of shift topics real quick. Senegal, there it was the two the prime minister and the president. They're I guess bumping heads. Sonko and
yeah, but actually, it's nothing surprising because when the election in Senegal happened, I remember there was a show that you organized, and I was saying at that time already, you shouldn't expect Senegal to follow the path of the AS. Senegalese have a certain mindset. I'm sorry to be straightforward. They are in Francophone Africa, right? They are viewed like people in Ivory Coast as being traitors to the Black Coast. I'm going to be straightforward. Sorry.
Really?
That's the way it is. Oh, bro. Oh, my God. Look at the president they used to have, like Leopold Sédar Senghor.
Macky Sall, yeah.
Yeah, Macky Sall in the straight line. Actually, Senegal, there are many people who, well, in the Western media, right, they're telling you that Senegal is a perfect example of democracy, blah, blah, blah. Actually, what happened in Senegal is that indeed there was no military coup, but by every election, and it's exactly what happened with Sonko and Diomaye Faye, when a serious candidate came to fight for the interest of Senegal, was either killed or just put out of the competition. So basically, the only one who ever ran in Senegal was people that the Western powers, in that case France, chose. And you have to remember, Ousmane Sonko, who is now prime minister, was the one who was supposed to run for president. He was prevented from doing this by Macky Sall. And instead, there was a kind of secret prison deal to put Diomaye Faye instead. And now you see how Diomaye Faye is moving. Sonko, as he was a candidate, he said
Wilfred, how is he moving? How do you think he's moving?
Well, that's what I was about to say. Sonko, as he was running, he was saying that he would be backing the AES, that he would even send some forces in order to fight against terrorism and so on. Everything is forgotten. Now Sonko, Diomaye Faye, sorry, went straight to Alassane Ouattara, telling him praising him basically. You saw how he behaved in the office of Donald Trump, like a good old house Negro that he is. So there is nothing to wait to positive to expect from these guys. From a Pan-African standpoint, I mean, if you're not Pan-African, that's okay. It's going to be France-Afrique as usual, so to speak. But if you expect positive changes like what you see in the AES, don't expect Senegal to I'm sorry, I'm being straightforward here. Don't expect nothing from Senegalese.
So your boy Ouattara got reelected in Cote d'Ivoire.
Oh, Ouattara. But by the way, just for the sake of information, there is a French journal. You say journal in English? I forget the word. Media, well, let's say like this, right? Named Jeune Afrique, which is basically linked to the French foreign government. And Jeune Afrique basically made some polls in several African countries in order to know how popular the AS is, right? And guess what? The places where the AS was the least popular was Senegal and Ivory Coast. However, and I repeat, these polls was made by a media from France Afrique, okay? Not me. I'm just a dweeb, as I always said. I'm nobody, okay? So Jeune Afrique, for those who want to check out, right? Jeune Afrique, Jeune, then Afrique in French, Afrique, Jeune Afrique, okay? And in this poll, in spite of the fact that Senegal is the country where the popular support for AS was the lowest, can you guess how many % of the population viewed the AS in a positive light? Make a guess.
30%, 20%.
66.
Well, that's good. That's good.
It's goddamn good.
Yeah,
66. Good. In Ivory Coast, do you know how many?
5.
69.
Oh, well, that's good.
I'm not joking. I've been telling you on the show that even the foreign minister of Togo once said that around 70% of his population was backing the AS and wanted to get it. It's not a joke. In Togo, if I'm not mistaken, Togo was above 70%.
Didn't Togo just pass the new law that the president could stay another term or something?
The premise is extremely complicated. But my point was, sorry, I'm always making digression, but my point was that even in the countries where you have the worst politician you can think about, right? From a Pan-Africanist standpoint, right? The population is ready to go and is backing the IS. Even in Senegal, 66%. I don't know if people realize 2 Senegalese out of 3 are backing up the AS. And there is something that they didn't do. They didn't say which age categories was backing up the areas. But what I can tell you already, right? Now you take it as you want, is that under 40, I think the results were even higher, way higher, at least 20 to 15 points higher, right? And that's the point that I'm always making when I come to your show, right? I'm exhausting to do it, but I have to do it, right? People have to look at the long-term tendencies. And I'm always looking at demographics. That's the most important stuff. Younger people have enough or tired of being tired, as the English expression, right? Of France Afrique, or tired of being tired of living under the thumb of the West, and they want to get free. Okay, and that's the reason why even people like Ouattara, that's what I was talking about, right? Okay, he has an election, he could do whatever he wants to do. Same thing in Togo with Fagne Singbe. Same thing now with Embalo Sissoko in Guinea Bissau. It is not gonna last. In the end of the day, and that's what I've already been saying on your show, give the region 10 to 15 years. These guys are all gonna go. Ouattara is 83. He's not gonna live forever. Okay? And when you look at Ivory Coast,
your guy in Cameroon is 97.
It is a very good point. He's 93 officially. I said officially because you know that in the 1930s, it was like this. I'm not joking, right? When a child was born, it was a white man thing to go and register the child, right? So very often, it was done like 3-4 years after, even 5 years after the child was born, and the guy was generally a priest, was then estimating approximately how old the child was. My point is, all these people, even Ouattara Bia, who was born in this time, actually you can add up 2 to 3 years to their official age. Okay, but Cameroon, I mean, I may be of Cameroonian descent, but I'm always harsh on my country of origin. There are some countries, and I'm sorry, I know you're Nigerian, right? But Cameroon and Nigeria,
I was going to ask your opinion on what's going on in Nigeria, but keep going.
Cameroon and Nigeria, these are countries where, even though the people are full of potential, right? Mm-hmm. You have extremely clever people who are at individual level, right? Extremely successful. If you look at the Cameroonian and the Nigerian diaspora, for instance, you can find lots of doctors, engineers, and so on. I know what I'm talking about. It's the case in my family. It's the case here in Germany. Around me, I know so much people who are successful on an individual level, right? But when it comes to the collective, we are so far behind countries like Burkina and so on. And the fact that Paul Biya, right, in spite of the fact that he's been in power for 40 years and hasn't done shit, in spite of all the human potential that you have in Cameroon, it proves you that the people in this country, whether it's Cameroon or Nigeria, are not ready to do the right thing, right? And well, from my standpoint, I don't know if I will live long enough to even see people get the right mindset. So I'm sorry to be yeah. I don't really care about what's going on there. So long the people have this type of, well, hopeless, fatalist mentality, nothing's going to change.
Guys, hit the like button. Please hit that like button. I'm going to put the link in the chat room. If you guys want to call in and add to the conversation, you're more than welcome to call in and add to the conversation. Again, please hit that like button. So how do you think the situation in northern Nigeria is going to play out?
I think it's going to be a catastrophe. I just read that Trump is now signaling he closed the airspace of Venezuela completely, and he's signaling he's going to attack the country, the peace president, right? You voted for him, right? I mean,
I did. Yes.
I'm glad that this guy was elected, but not from the same reason. By the way, it's good. Yeah. I said it once in the show, and I read some comments that were pretty harsh. As an American, I can understand. I'm glad that Trump is here because Trump is going to end up the hypocrisy on the international stage, right? He's a racist. He's coming for the resources. He doesn't hide it. So now, whether you like it, at least with him, everything's clear. He's backing up the G-World in Israel. He's a white supremacist that doesn't hide it. So with him, at least, you know what you're getting, right? And the rest of the world now can adapt and do what it has to do. And this guy is literally accelerating the birth of the multipolar world. And I think in the long run,
birth of the what?
Multipolar world.
Multiple, okay.
Right, and in where the USA is one of the poles, but not the only one, right? And I think that in the end of the day, it's a very good point, a very good thing. It's going to last long, but it's a very good thing. And regarding Nigeria, I mean, Eric Prince already signaled that he's ready to come and to intervene in Nigeria because he's so kind. He's so I don't know what's the English for this. He can't wait, for saving the Christians who happen to be victims, but actually not the only one. The biggest victim, the most numerous victim of terrorism in Nigeria happens actually to be Muslims, right? But it's a good old excuse to go there and intervene and take the oil once again, because all of this happened when Aliko Dangote said that he's about to triple the production of refined oil in Nigeria, right? Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, Trump is now acting as if he wants to protect the persecuted Christians in Nigeria, right? While the Israeli army is slaughtering, by the way, amongst the Arabs also Christians, but he doesn't give a shit. But all of a sudden, he has a knife for the Nigerian Christians, right? So, I mean, it's possible they intervene, and you also have to one also mustn't forget that It is also a strategy of encirclement of the AES, right? Because many of the country around them are basically Western puppets or enemies of the AES. And I think that in the end of the day, if the USA control northern Nigeria, right, they're gonna make sure that the pressure on the northern country from Nigeria, so Niger, Burkina, and Mali is gonna get higher. I think you all followed what's going on in Mali with the terrorist pressure in order to cut off the oil supply, right? That failed, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I think it doesn't happen in a vacuum, right? In the French media here, bro, they were talking in the last month as if Bamako was about to fall in the end of the terrorists. It was BS.
Wilfred, quick question. Sorry to interrupt you. Like, so when will the manifest destiny of these herdsmen and these terrorists, are they going to end up going to these major cities, or they just stay like kind of in the north, in the the outskirts?
What are you talking in the AES or
just like in Nigeria? Like, is the end game for them to go to Lagos? In Mali, is the end game from the march on Bamako?
It will never happen. Let me give you I mean, I'm not me. Even in French media, right? They have to they admit it several times. It is impossible for these groups to take a town, a city. It's not possible. Like Bamako, for instance. Bamako is like 4 million people. Against them. Do you think that 6,000 guys can fight the Malian army and the population and take a city of 4 million people? Please. Let's be serious. There was I think it was last year, the terrorist attack a military school in Bamako, right? Of course, it was a surprise attack. They killed some people, but what the media didn't show, the Western media, is that the population basically put their hands on several of them. This guy was lynched within several hours. That's what I'm talking about, right? This is what you're saying is belongs to the media pressure. If you've been listening to the French media, for instance, as I was saying, if you listen to them, Bamako was about to fall, the Malian government was about to fall down, and the terrorists were about to take the power. What happened, however, in the contrary, is the fact that the terrorists were literally get slaughtered. Okay?
Right.
To the point where, not me, once again, everything I say, people can verify if I'm telling the truth or not. The American government, okay, congratulated the Malian army for fighting successfully this wave of terrorist attack that aimed to basically make the population revolt against the central government to overthrow it. That was the goal. Because these guys do not have enough power to take control in Mali. And by the way, you should never forget, the Malian army is progressing every day, right? What has been happening the whole time, and especially this attack, right? They learned in the beginning, okay, they were taken by surprise. But now the situation is getting normal again. And in the big cities, at least in the south, the situation is normalizing, right? So East basically failed.
Guys, let's go to a quick commercial break, and then Wilfred, don't leave us yet. Don't leave us yet, Wilfred. Don't leave us.
Danfo offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Isheshi traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, With Danful, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danful, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danful, Africa.
Go ahead, Wilford.
Yeah, I was saying, actually, it's almost 1 o'clock here, 1 a.m. in the morning in Germany, so I can't last too long.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, well, I mean that's really it, man. Just wanted to, thank you for calling in and giving your expertise. I appreciate it.
Well, to sum up, all I have to say is I don't have hope for Northern Nigeria, and if Trump attacks, I don't know what's going to happen. I think the whole region is going to get completely destabilized, just because from a demographic standpoint, Nigeria is 250 million people. You can't come here, put a mess, and expect things to be good, right? And I'm sorry you're American, but you can take it. But come on, do you really think the American army is going to come for the good of the Nigerian population?
No, absolutely not.
Eric Prince, ready to go. Eric Prince. After what they did in Iraq with Blackwater, they're going to be there in Africa dealing with the situation, right? No way. It's going to be a chaos, total chaos that is going to destabilize the whole region in ways I can't even imagine what's going to happen. And sorry, but your president is capable of doing this, especially because the pressure of the Epstein file is getting higher, right?
So he already said he's gonna release the files.
Yeah, but the problem is it's hypocritical. He has the power to release them straight away, like a Nigerian would say, right? He doesn't, right? Because his name appears in it. But hey, anyway, this is inner politics. But the problem is that it has effects now on the rest of the world, right? Because Trump, when he has problem at home, now he's activated some other crazy stuff elsewhere. But for Africa, to sum up about Nigeria, if, or should I say, when he intervenes and he's capable of doing this,
you think he's going to intervene? I don't think.
You never know with this guy. I know that he's got the nickname Taco, but let's be honest, right? If this guy is really in danger in the US, he doesn't give a shit about the shithole continent that is Africa. I mean, I'm quoting his word. He doesn't care. If it can save his ass in the US, he will do it. And by the way, he's been in power for less than 1 year. I have the impression the guy has been there for 10 years with all the crazy stuff he's been doing. Bro, it's only the beginning. And I don't want to be dramatic, but listening to the way he talks and the way Steve Bannon talked, this guy might become the next Ouattara of the USA, bro. He's gonna last for way more terms, right? I mean, wow. And secondly, then Guinea Bissau, don't expect any change because it's just a palace revolution. What's going on there is what happened in Gabon, like Oligui Nguema. It means that the France Afrique, or should I say in that case, the West Afrique or whatever, Occident Afrique, whatever how you call it, the West, so that it was going to lose a puppet, and it had to replace it by through military coup. but it's not a patriotical Pan-African military coup. In this case, like in the AS, it is a reactionary coup. So, because by the way, the new general who is there, right? Just for the sake of information, this guy campaigned for Mbalo, right, and told the people not to vote for the opposition. That's what you have in power now. And Mbalo, by the way, was exfiltered to Senegal with guess it, a French flight, exactly like the president of Madagascar who was plotted.
Oh, you talking about the guy from Guinea Bissau?
Yeah, Mbalo Sissoko. It was a flight from the French military enterprise named Dassault. They build weapon, right? And it was a flight with a plane from Dassault that basically took off exfiltered, Mbalo Sissoko. So connect the dots and you know where it leads. Nothing's gonna change there, except if the people rise up. But I don't know much about this country, so I can't tell you.
You're in France, right?
No. I mean, I live in Germany.
Oh, Germany. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, guys, I'll put the link in the chat room. We'll stay on for like another. Okay, Yumi says Wilfred is generalizing. I don't really agree with people like that. What are your thoughts on that statement?
The problem is that it made me think about to Niger, this comment, right? The problem that is that I'm the kind of guy, I have so much sources of information, right, that I have to sum up. You can't expect me to talk in detail about the whole stuff. You know what I mean? It would take ages. So I have to sum up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think people want me to explain in detail all the reason why. I don't know. Well, you know what I mean. Generally speaking, for instance, every time I talk about the AS, I'm still going to quote this stuff, right? But there was one time where to Niger, and this is what pisses me off a lot. It was 2023. I was on your show, and to Niger and a guy, a Fulani guy who often comes here, right? They were telling me that I was making stuff up. When I was telling them that I saw in a show, right, in mainstream media, a geopolitical analyst say that the Malian government was planning to take back the city of Kidal that was in the end of the independentists from the Azawad, right? A city where the French troop prevented the Malian army to get in, right? Mm-hmm. When I saw that to Niger and this guy told me that I was making stuff up. Well, ironically enough, literally 2 or 3 weeks later, what I said happened, but it was not to be seen in any English-speaking media, right? And the problem is, I can't quote all the sources that I have, right? But now, if you don't like it, my friend Yume or whatever your name is, then you can basically click on the link and come and replace me. I mean, I think you know it better, right? What's his name? Yume. Yeah, absolutely. You put the link in the StreamYard. So, oh, wait a minute. Sorry, hating Trump from Germany. I don't hate Trump. Trump is a great guy. Trump is accelerating the geopolitical change in the world. So I'm for Trump when it comes to this. I'm answering to a comment that I'm seeing here.
Yeah, from Simp Police. All right, cool guys. Links in the chat room. If you guys are more than welcome to call in and add to the conversation. If not, we'll go ahead and
I can wait a few minutes for Yume to call if he wants to.
Yume, if you want to call in, Wilfred said he'll wait a couple minutes for you to give you that work. Yeah, but Wilfred, when it comes to the Epstein files, I mean, so Epstein was arrested and off while Biden was in office. I mean, these files are so important. Why didn't Biden fight to release them? That's what I don't understand.
I'm not a specialist on this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But from what I understood, this guy Epstein got dirt on everybody. So I'm pretty sure he had dirt on Democrats and Republican alike. So that's why. Yeah, but actually, you're right. By the way, I'm not defending Biden. No? Biden was a shitty president too. For me, it's the same. I'm sorry, but no matter what president you guys elect, is going to have negative consequences on the rest of the world. So from that standpoint, but wow, that's what I'm saying, right? Personally, and that was the question at the beginning, I think Trump is better because at least with him, things change, right?
Right.
While if Harris would have been elected, it would have been the exact same game over and over again. At least with Trump, you may not like it, but things change. And I'm talking from a perspective of someone who is not American, who lived outside of the US, who is of African descent, living in Germany, studying this goddamn, I'm still studying medicine for the last ages, but I'm still there, and who intend to come back to the continent. And I think that all that is happening, right, also have impact in Africa. And I think that in the long run, it is good what's going on, right? Because all over the world now, the tendency is, generally speaking, I'm sorry to be too general, right? But generally speaking, even the countries who are the most pro-American, and I see it in Germany especially, right? 3 years ago, you couldn't have said anything bad about the American government, about the transatlantic relationships. The Americans couldn't do no wrong, right? But even now here in Germany, right, people are realizing that they're going to have to think about a world without being dependent on the US. It might require work, it might require lots of geopolitical changes, of alliance changes and so on, but still, now it's concrete, right? And I think that it is a very good thing for the rest of the world. Maybe not for the US, but that's just my point.
All right, cool, guys. Hey, everyone, thanks so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe, and then we'll go ahead and close out.
Danful offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Isheshe traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, with Danful, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danful, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danful, Africa. To learn more, visit danful.africa.
All right, email me at hello@donfo.africa. All right, with that being said, everyone, thanks so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Links in the chat room, like, share, subscribe to Next Time Family Dynasty. Search for Haru. Peace.